Hey everyone, you're listening to The Right Side of Gaming. Today we're talking about some of the ways that we enjoy our hobby that doesn't involve actually playing a game. A little while back, I saw a custom card that someone had made and posted online. And then I complimented the guy. He did a great job. He made this really nice custom frame. It was very colorful, very thematic to the character that he was trying to portray. It had this really nice, just sort of blending gradient with it too. Like it was really well made. And then the actual ability and stuff on the card that both fit and was kind of balanced. And he really captured just how annoying we all found this particular character. He just did an amazing job on it. At least I think. And this guy was just absolutely taken aback. He said, most people either ignore his work or they just make fun of it and criticize. He said people almost never have anything nice to say. And I thought, that's just an absolute shame. There's a lot of stuff that people do that are related to or revolve around their hobby that isn't actually playing the game itself. A lot of people do enjoy making custom cards like that. Or maybe they'll make custom stat blocks or rules for their miniatures. Maybe they like coming up with different races or classes or spells or magic items or whatever in your role playing games. I mean, I personally enjoy all of that and do it fairly often, even though most of the stuff I come up with isn't really all that good. You also have a lot of this in the video game community, especially on the PC side of things. People like making video game mods. They like changing the way something looks. They like adding something into the game. Sometimes they'll even add entire NPCs or quest lines, or sometimes it'll even become its own game entirely. I mean, that's something both tabletop and video game have in common. A lot of people get to the point where they just want to make their own rules and make their own games, and that's fine. It's fun. A lot of people enjoy it. It's how we get a lot of great content. Or maybe you enjoy a more artistic expression. Maybe you like writing. People will write backstories for their characters or their armies. People will make short stories and fan fiction. People will write about just about everything. If you Google pretty much any intellectual property out there, you'll see some type of fan writing that people have for it. And yeah, maybe the quality ranges a bit, but people enjoy writing it, and there's a lot of people out there that do enjoy reading it. Maybe you like a little more hands on approach when you get in touch with your creative and artistic side. A lot of people will paint up or I think print out altered cards or custom cards. They like to paint their minis and their terrain. They like drawing or painting pictures of their D&D party or whatever character they're playing. Cosplay is another big one, especially in more recent years. People love getting dressed up. It's a way to show that how much you really enjoy this character or getting to create your own. And it works out really well if you pair that with like the writing bit because then you can make a little backstory for whatever outfit you come up with. In fact, you could probably combine a lot of this stuff. Well, I drew a picture and then I made a costume out of it. I came up with my own rules or cards for this game and then I painted a picture to put on it. I mean, there's all sorts of ways you can combine a lot of this stuff. We get even more options when we add in the internet. People have always enjoyed talking about the games they like, and now you can talk with people all over the world pretty much any time of day. If you have something you want to talk about, chances are there's someone else out there that enjoys it and wants to talk about it too. We have people making videos and podcasts where they just enjoy talking about whatever it is they do. We have people making videos and podcasts and streams of them playing games. We can watch someone play a video game that maybe we enjoy or that we're bad at, or maybe we just want to learn more, or maybe it's one of those games we don't have and we don't have the money to buy it, but we want to experience it still. We can watch it through somebody else, or maybe we just want to sit down and listen to someone play D&D for a couple of hours and enjoy all the characters that you know they decide to bring to life. That's a big one these days. Basically, there's all sorts of ways that we can express ourselves and enjoy our hobbies other than actually playing the game itself. And I get that a lot of these aren't for everyone. Not everyone wants to sit down and read a story that's not by a published, accomplished author. I get that not everyone wants to scroll through and look at all these random alternate art cards, or that not everyone wants to dress up. I know I personally, it's like I would enjoy it, but I am very self-conscious about my body and the way I look. Like I would never push that on anyone. But you get the idea. A lot of times, maybe it's not one person's cup of tea, but someone else can really enjoy it, and that's fine. I also get that there's some legitimate concerns in there that people can have. Like, oh, I don't know if that card will be legal in play because we can't see the rules text. I don't know if you can use that mini because it doesn't have an official weapon on it, and they're very particular about the what you see is what you get rule. It has to be equipped with whatever you're using it as. I know that with a lot of the writings and cosplays and stuff like that, I think decent amount of the artwork people put out too. There's concerns about there being, an adult nature of it, that they don't really want to have to experience that or have it pop up in their particular part of the hobby. And again, I think a lot of that is understandable. Again, it doesn't have to be your cup of tea, and sometimes it does or can affect the people around you. Just because something doesn't appeal to you doesn't mean you should be knocking that portion of the community as a whole, and it doesn't mean that you should be insulting or bullying the individuals that engage in it. Maybe you don't like custom or altered cards. That's fine. No one's going to force you to play with them. Maybe you don't like really long character backstories or fan fiction. That's fine. Chances are no one's going to make you read it either. Maybe you're not a fan of how inappropriate a lot of the cosplay these days seems to have become. Well, there's a block and unfollow button for a reason. I mean, you don't really have to force yourself into a lot of this. More importantly, you don't have to be rude to the people that do enjoy a lot of this. I get that every now and then there is something incredibly inappropriate and you do have to say something for the good of the community. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how, in general, just because you don't enjoy something doesn't mean you have to knock other people that do. I think a lot of our hobbies are just so vast and varied and have so many different ways that people can enjoy it and interact with it that there's room for everybody. You can do your thing over here that you enjoy, they can do their thing over there that they enjoy, and you don't really have to try to bully or gatekeep people out of it. And honestly, I feel like we'd probably be worse off if we did. A lot of this stuff brings so much joy to the people that do enjoy it. A lot of people do put a lot of work into it. I have seen some absolutely amazing feats of engineering from people that have tried to make their own costume or costume pieces or props or whatever. I don't know, it just seems rough to get onto someone just because it's not even that you don't like their work, you just don't like their type of work. And I know this was kind of a short episode, but honestly, it was just one of those things that bugged me a little bit, and I wanted to just get it off my chest. I don't think everything has to be massively long or complicated. Sometimes it's just, I think we should all be able to enjoy the hobby the way we want to. That's really all I have to say for today. If you liked it, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too. If you want to leave a like, subscribe, maybe comment how you like to Enjoy your hobbies. What do you do? That would be awesome. And if not, I understand. Either way, I hope you have an awesome day, and I will catch you next time.